Wong, take it away.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song.
Go back to a memory that you had as a child when you were sick or injured. Whether it's a broken bone, whether you had maybe chicken pox, you had the flu. What was the best thing about being sick? It was about feeling special. It's about being the center of attention. It's about being cared for. It was about mom bringing you chicken soup. It was about for me, it was about being able to break the rules a little bit and being able to watch a lot of Chuck Norris movies and not being able to have to be able to push the stop button. These were the experiences that lifted our moods, the positive experiences that lifted our moods when we were sick. It helped us recover faster, and it helped us get out and back on our feet and back to our lives. And this has never been more important than the millions of people who are living with chronic diseases, where it's no longer about cures, but more about the quality of life. And that brings me to what I want to talk to you guys about today. Let us use digital to be able to improve the quality of life by making patients feel special when they're at the hospital or a medical center. And we can do that by creating a more personalized experience when they're at the hospital. And we want to be able to get them in and out of the hospital or a center as quickly as possible so that they can get back to their lives and back on their feet. So why does this matter to society? So people with chronic diseases are talking about people like cancer, people with type 1 diabetes or juvenile diabetes, those with heart diseases, and maybe also people with dementia. They're at the hospital a lot of times. Now think about someone that you may love who has cancer or had cancer. They're at the hospital almost their entire time. Their life revolves around being in the hospital. Whether they're for chemotherapy, for CAT scans, for surgery, for doctor follow-ups, blood tests, radiation, they're almost always there. Each trip is a very emotional experience for them. It's long wait times. They're typically there for an entire day. They have to go between many different departments, long wait times with each one, being asked the same questions over and over. And overall, uncertain about the whole thing, not sure what to expect. My wife, she lives in this world. She was diagnosed with advanced breast cancer about 4 years ago. And in the last year, she was at the cancer center about 90 times. We have to be able to stop this. We have to be able to improve it. And this is something that affects all of us. So let's talk about how this could happen. So we need to have, one thing to start off with are smart wearables. So these are things that can identify the user, be able to identify the patient, be able to let them know, streamline the check-in process at a hospital, for example. It should be able to notify them when a doctor is actually ready to be able to see them, so they don't have to keep waiting, and they can actually be independent, move around, don't constantly be sitting in a waiting chair. And it should be able to see if they are stressed out by being able to read simple things like vitals off of their body. So some technologies that we can use that we already have today that could potentially adapt is Disney Magic Band. So for those of you who have been to Disney World, this is nothing new. This is a wristlet that can identify you and be able to let you be greeted by name. The same wristlet also allows you to go into their hotel room, be able to pay for things, and being able to get on rides without having to take out your wallet or identification. And it can also tell you when those rides are the best time for you to get on there so you don't have to wait. We're already doing this at Disney World. We built this technology, and why can't we bring that magic and these concepts back to some place where it's needed the most? At a hospital with patients who are feeling very emotional. Here's another amazing technology. This is a tattoo biowearable, and it was created by our friends at Chaotic Moon, who just joined the Accenture family in the July timeframe. So this is something that can read your vital signs by taking it off your skin, and it can transmit that information wirelessly. It's something you can put anywhere around your body. And one of the best things about it is that you can apply that on kind of like a Band-Aid. and you can just wash it off with water. It's a prototype. But think about a situation where you can take one of these and you can build that into the form of a Frozen character or a Marvel superhero. And let's say, give that to a child at a hospital who is very scared, and let's say they were just diagnosed with diabetes or cancer. How would that change that conversation? How would that change that experience for the patient, for the child, for their parents? How would that change the overall experience for them? So of course, we also need some ways to be able to connect that information. We need some predictive analytics platforms, pull the information together, do something about it, be able to predict when an emergency is about to happen, be able to know when wait times are shorter, optimize kind of scheduling. And these are all things that can be done together, and we do it today. And I think ultimately what I want to say is that we live in a world where medicine is very advanced, but the patient experience has a long way to go. And we can do a lot of work to bring the best of digital together to improve the quality of life of people living with chronic diseases and ultimately help them be able to get back to their lives, back on their feet, and back to society. I'd love to continue the conversation longer with you guys. And that's my wife, it's my family, and that's the life that I get back to. Thanks, Slice.